Welcome to video 2 of our beginner basics series. Today we're going to be learning how to do the half double crochet. Feel free to pause and rewind as many times as you need. Let's get right into it. So we're starting off with a chain, and all I'm using is acrylic yarn, and I'm using a 5mm crochet hook. You can use whatever yarn you want with the appropriate hook. This is just what I'm using for today. So we're going to start by making a slip knot, and then we are going to chain. You can make it however long you need to. For today's project, I am chaining 22. When you're doing half double crochet, you want your foundation chain to be however long you want your desired project plus 2. So I want my swatch to be 20 chains long, and I need to add 2 more to do the half double crochet stitch. So in total, I am chaining 22. Now that we've got our chain made, we are going to be working in the 3rd chain from the hook. So here's the first chain, this is the second, and we're going to be placing our first stitch in the 3rd chain from the hook. To do the half double crochet, before you put your hook into the stitch, you are going to yarn over. Once you've yarned over, put your hook into that 3rd stitch or the 3rd chain. Then you are going to yarn over again. We're going to pull the yarn through that very first loop on the hook, and you should now have 3 loops on your hook. Next, you're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull that yarn through all 3 of those loops. And that is your first half double crochet. Now we're going to go into the very next chain. Again, to start, you will yarn over. Then you will put your hook into the chain. You will then yarn over and pull it just through the first loop. And once you have 3 loops on your hook, you are going to yarn over one more time and then pull that through all 3 hoops. And that is your second half double crochet. Let's do another one together. Into the very next chain, yarn over, place your hook through the chain. You'll yarn over again and pull through just the first loop. And you should have 3 loops on your crochet hook. And then to finish it out, you will yarn over one more time, and then you will pull that through all 3 of the loops on your hook. Now we have 3 half double crochets, and we're just going to keep going. The process is the same. You will yarn over, place your hook into the chain, you'll yarn over, pull it through that first loop. And then to finish out the stitch, you will yarn over and pull it through all 3 of the loops on your crochet hook. The difference between the process of this stitch and the single crochet in our previous video is that we are yarning over. Do this to the end of the round and meet me at the last stitch. Now we've made it to the last stitch, and we're just going to repeat that process. Yarning over, putting it through the last stitch, yarn over and pull through that first loop, and then we'll yarn over and pull through all 3. And now we have our very first row of half double crochet. We're going to start the second row, and to do that we need to chain 2. This is our turning chain. So for half double crochet, your turning chain is 2, and then we will turn our work. The process is the same. We're not going to work into the turning chain, so be sure you're starting in the first stitch right here. This is the first stitch. It kind of has a little hole. That's where we're going to place our hook. So yarn over, put your crochet hook in the first stitch. You'll know you're through the stitch when you have kind of that braided look on top of your hook. Yarn over, pull through the first loop, and you will have 3 loops on your crochet hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. If you have a hard time pulling that yarn through all 3 loops at the same time, you can pull the yarn through each loop one at a time. Just be sure you're not yarning over in between the loops. Okay, so again, we've yarned over and put our hook through the stitch. We're yarning over, pulling it through the first loop, and then we're yarning over again and pulling through all 3 at the same time. This is the same process as the very first row that we did of half double crochet. The only difference now is that we're working in the previous stitches instead of working in a foundation chain. And so the one important thing to remember is to make sure that you're putting your hook all the way through the stitch. You'll start to see how the stitches build off of one another. And if you will just repeat this process to the end of the row, to the last stitch, meet me right back here and we'll finish it out. We've made it to the last stitch, and it can be difficult sometimes to see it, but we want to make sure we get into the last stitch. It's just on the edge there. It looks kind of rounded, but we need to yarn over and make sure we're putting our hook all the way through that stitch. You're going to yarn over, pull through that first set of loops. We have 3 loops left on our hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 at the same time. It's important we get that last stitch because that's what keeps our edges straight. To start the third row, make a turning chain of 2 and then turn your work. I'm going to crochet a few more rows so you can see what a longer swatch looks like. Go back and re-watch any part of this video that you need to be able to get the hang of this stitch. I now have several rows of half double crochet, and this is what it looks like. It's a little bit of a stretchy stitch, but it's still sturdy and it looks beautiful. It's a little taller than the single crochet, but this makes a great foundational stitch. If this video was helpful for you, be sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed to the channel for our 3rd beginner basics video and more crochet videos to come. Thank you so much for crocheting along with me, and I'll see you next time.